Revenge films.
My name is Trisha. I'm a first-year middle school student. I live together with my mother and my father and my younger sister, Nina. We're a family of 4. Nina and I have been members of the local choir since we were little. Nina and I are highly regarded by the people who listen to us sing, especially my younger sister, Nina. Despite being just an elementary school student, her beautiful voice attracts many people. Nina was born blind and she currently goes to the school for blind people. She has a sunny personality and is always very cheerful. As my little sister, she likes to copy everything I do. She's so cute that I don't mind her copying me. I'm quite sociable in school, so there are many times when I brought friends over from school and played together with them after school. All my friends doted my younger sister and treated her as their own. I was very happy with that and how everyone always had a good time. One day, I was asked by my classmate Kelly if it's okay for her to hang out at my house after school. Kelly is a very strong-willed person, and she's the kind of person who ignores you when you disobey her. So even though I didn't really want to invite her to our house, I couldn't say no to her and ended up inviting her home. Kelly's parents are both police officers. Her mother and father are always very busy, so I haven't seen them attend any school events. I did see Kelly with her parents once at the department store when I was shopping. Her parents are very strict-looking, and I remember Kelly looking scared standing beside them. Unlike the strong-willed girl she is at school, she looked very weak and powerless. One day, Kelly came straight to our house to play wearing the school uniform. She didn't bother to go home first and change her clothes to a more comfortable outfit. So this is where you live? Your house is bigger than I imagined. Thank you. Welcome home, big sis. Is she your friend from school? That's right. Her name is Kelly. Hello, Kelly. Is she your younger sister? Yes, she's my younger sister. She's a 3rd grader. Big sis, come on. Let's hurry up and practice for the choir. Choir practice? Nina and I are part of our choir group. Nina is very good at singing, and she's the star of a choir group. Is that so? Which elementary school does she go to? She goes to an elementary school for blind children. What? So, does that mean she can't see? Sadly, yes. She was born blind. Seriously? I can't believe this. This is my first time meeting a blind person. What is it like not being able to see? You can't see anything, like nothing at all? She looked at Nina with curious eyes like my sister was an extraterrestrial or something. She asked insensitive questions to Nina, so I felt offended and displeased. I've had enough of this! Nina, go play over there. I'll play with you later, okay? Okay. That's a shame. I wanted to ask her more questions. I wanted Kelly to hurry up and go home as soon as possible, so I lied to her and said that I had errands to run. Even after that, every time Kelly and I bumped into each other at school, she kept on asking me to invite her to her house again. Of course, I declined her request every time she begged me. I thought that as Nina's older sister, that was the best thing to do in order to not hurt Nina's feelings further. One day after school, I went home late due to a school committee activity. I hurried home, but when I arrived, Nina was nowhere to be found. Huh? Mom, where's Nina?
A girl named Kelly came over and said you'll be joining us later, and she took Nina to the park. Didn't you cross paths on your way home?
What? Kelly took Nina? I had a bad feeling about it and immediately went out of the house to look for Nina. I have no idea why Kelly took Nina out of the house and even lied to get permission from my mom. Since she lied about me joining them later, I'm pretty sure she's planning to do something bad to Nina. I couldn't help but be worried about what Kelly might have done to my younger sister. So I looked all over town for Nina. While I was waiting for traffic light to turn red at the biggest intersection in town, I saw a shocking sight before me. My blind younger sister was standing alone in the middle of the busiest intersection in town! Nina! Thankfully, there were not so many cars and other vehicles passing that time, so I ran to Nina, grabbed her, and took her to the sidewalk. Nina was so scared that she couldn't stop crying. After we arrived home and Nina felt safe, she stopped crying. I asked Nina what happened, and why she was staying in the middle of the road, and an unbelievable truth came out of her lips. She told me that Kelly said that they would play games of hide and seek. At first, Kelly held Nina's hand to guide her, but when they arrived at the intersection, she showed Nina to count from 1 to 10 and left her there. Distraught with anger and shock, my mother tried to calm me down. That night, my mother and father discussed what happened. They decided to contact Kelly's parents. The next day was Saturday, and my parents didn't have to go to work, so my father called Kelly's parents. Instead of apologizing for what their daughter had done, Kelly's father responded with words that made me want to cover my ears.
There's no way my daughter would do such a thing! My wife and I are both police officers! Where's your evidence? I don't find a blind child's words credible at all! Don't report such uncertain information to the school!
Kelly's father shouted and got angry because he wouldn't believe the words coming out of his lips of a blind person, then hung up the call. Hearing that, my parents became very sad. I can tell from the expression on their faces. I felt so depressed every time I saw Kelly at school. On Monday morning, Kelly walked towards me with a nonchalant look on her face as if nothing happened. Hi, Trisha. Did Nina say that the hide and seek we played was fun? I wanted to slap her face and tell her to stop being ridiculous. However, my parents taught me not to let my anger get the better of me and pick fights, so I bit my lip and held back to stop myself. Then, Kelly laughed and went back to her seat. I couldn't forgive Kelly for what she did, and couldn't believe that Kelly wasn't being punished for that. But at the same time, I felt so frustrated that I didn't dare do something about it. While we were attending a lecture, the vice principal ran into our classroom out of breath. Then, he escorted Kelly and me to the principal's office. I had no idea what was happening, but I followed the vice principal's orders. When we arrived at the principal's office, the principal was sitting on the chair with a stern look on his face.
I want to ask you two about the incident yesterday.
I could see the principal was talking to me because he was looking at me directly. So I told the unbelievable incident that happened that day. I said everything in detail as best I could. Then Kelly suddenly rebutted my story. The testimony of a blind elementary school student is unreliable. Don't you talk about my younger sister like that! Who do you think you are? You know nothing! Enraged, I shouted at Kelly with all the emotions building up inside me. The principal stopped us before things escalated.
The two of you, calm down! I have the evidence with me.
Evidence? What evidence?
Someone saw what happened yesterday and reported it to me.
A single phone call is insufficient as evidence. There's a possibility that the person is lying.
The witness said that footage of what happened was recorded in the car's dash cam. I asked the witness to bring it to me so I could check the evidence.
Upon hearing those words, Kelly shut up and was silent for a moment. Because I was jealous that Trisha's younger sister is the star of the choir despite being completely blind. You did that for that petty reason? I've always wanted to be part of a choir ever since I was a little girl. I can't believe that there's something that a completely blind girl can do that I can't. If that's the case, you could have just asked your parents to send you to join a choir instead of doing that to Nina. There's no way my parents will permit me to join a choir. All they do is be strict with me, but never have ever fulfilled my request. Not even once. If I insist upon them for something, I'm sure they'll just shoot me down and kick me out of the house.
Anyway, I will contact your parents regarding this incident.
You're gonna tell my parents? Please don't! I don't want to even imagine what they'll do to me if they find out about this. I've been punished and physically abused by my parents since I was very little.
You put an elementary student's life in danger! You don't seem to realize how severe your actions are.
But...
If you've been physically abused by your parents, I will address that problem immediately. But for now, your priority is to admit what you did and apologize.
After that, the principals contacted Kelly's parents. Kelly's father said that he won't believe the story unless there was clear and reliable evidence. So the principal drove to Kelly's house and showed the footage on the dash cam. Then, Kelly's parents got angry, and their attitude changed drastically. Kelly ended up crying while apologizing to her parents. Kelly's parents contacted my parents on the phone and said that they wanted to apologize in person. However, my parents declined that request. They probably don't want to see the faces of the parents of the person who hurt Nina. But despite being told not to come, Kelly's parents came over to our house to apologize without notice. Kelly was with them too. Kelly's parents apologized again and again and forced Kelly, who was shaking in fear, to apologize to them. So Kelly had no choice but to say sorry for what she had done. Of course, my parents couldn't forgive them, so they asked the three to go home immediately. Kelly's parents were assigned to the Traffic Safety Division of the police department, but when the incident that happened was brought into light, and the rumors that the daughter of the police officer assigned to the Traffic Safety Division left a blind girl in the middle of a busy intersection spread, Kelly had to transfer schools because she couldn't take it any longer without being destroyed by anyone. Kelly quietly left the school like she was never a part of it. According to the rumors, I heard that Kelly's family was forced to move to a different place. After that, her parents' relationships crumbled and they ended up getting a divorce. Kelly's family fell apart because of that. After that, the principal asked the Child Guidance Center to investigate the abuse, based on Kelly's testimony. As a result, it was proved that Kelly's parents abused her. It seemed like the reason why Kelly was mean in school was because of the abuse she was getting from her parents. Kelly's parents were both arrested and Kelly got protection from the Child Guidance Center. As for me, I continued to join the choir together with Nina, just like we used to. I feel that there is nothing that could have topped the happiness of knowing that Nina is safe.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.